J Drone here. What's going on, guys? Potensic Dreamer Pro. This is the one with the gimbal. We just did all the updates on it. We're gonna have a look at the app. We're gonna have a look at how well that camera works.
Guys, so here we go. We've started this video at about 110 meters. We're at 137, 140. We're not going to push the envelope too much on this, but we are also not going to not take it out a little bit. We are going to take it out a little bit. We end up taking it out to the point where I didn't want to fly over people's houses or anything. Right now we are at 218 meters, pushing 230 meters. What you see is a screen recording, so the resolution's a little bit less than what I would see on my cell phone itself, just because it's downgraded a little bit, and I actually sent the file through Messenger to myself, downloaded it on my computer to do all this, so that degrades it just a little bit too. But as far as the clarity goes, clarity looks good. We are not jumping, we are not skipping, we are almost at 400 meters. 400 meters is a quarter mile, 1600 meters is a mile. We are pushing that 400 meter mark. We're at 400 now, and we're going to keep going. The drone itself, the gimbal seems to be working properly. Flyability, I just have it pitch forward. We're really not manipulating the drone that much, so I really can't speak on maneuverability and the agility of the drone in the sky, because that's not what we're doing here, and I don't feel that is what you should do with this drone. Is it capable? It's probably capable, but this has a 3-axis gimbal on it. You should basically be using this for film, to get dope pictures, maybe create some film, maybe just go for a fly and send it, and have this type of film that we're showing you. Now, what we will do towards the end here, we're at 620 meters. Once we decide to stop the screen recording, we're going to check out the camera. And we're going to check out the camera a little bit differently than most people would check out a camera. Ideally, what most people are going to do is what we've done through the screen recording. They are going to throw it up, they're going to push it forward. That is going to be the cleanest footage that you are going to get. You're not pitching left, you're not pitching right, you're not yawing left, you're not yawing right. We're not fluctuating in altitude extreme, where we're just jumping up and jumping down constantly. What we're going to do when we switch this over is a complete back pedal. And what that's going to do, it's going to test the gimbal. It's going to test the back pitch axis of the gimbal, which probably doesn't get used that often. So as you were able to see, we ended the screen recording. The video is much clearer, much clearer. And we're just going to do a simple back pedal here. That way we can test this camera, we can test the gimbal a non-traditional way. Because again, most people would do exactly what I just did for that run out. So I forget what the distance was, because I was trying to pay attention when it was going to switch over to the camera. But I think we hit about a half mile. Half mile clean transmission on the controller. Do you really need to go out any further than that? Not really. I mean, to push the envelope, we will push the envelope at some point here. But as far as me, 800 meters is good. Unless we're just jonesing for a little bit of adrenaline. Going past that, you take the chance of a bird hitting your drone and it going down. You take the chance of it disconnecting and returning to Beijing instead of returning to you. It's definitely a possibility. It's definitely happened before, where drones have decided return home was not at the home point and you've never seen your drone again. So we're not super pushing the envelope on this one. This video was primarily just to look at the app, which we did. You were able to see all the telemetry, you were able to see the signal, you were able to see battery life, and then the camera, which we're showing you here. As you can see, it's nice. The gimbal's not hiccuping. The gimbal's not flopping left or right. This gimbal is working properly, which is really impressive for Potensic. 2 thumbs up for Potensic for getting this worked out. A lot of guys have the reviews out already. A lot of guys had the reviews out shortly after they got the product. Myself, I put out... might have put 1 or 2 videos out, but I never put the drone in the air. This is actually my first flight with this drone, and I really wanted to showcase the connectivity of the app to the drone, which is your FPV, and also the camera. because if the app connectivity to the drone was garbage and if the camera was garbage, well, what's the point in flying it? Right? We can get cheaper drones that run on about the same battery and that have about the same motors with no camera. But this, for all intents and purposes, is a camera drone, and that's what I wanted to showcase here. And I think I'm showcasing it really well. The next clip will be a little bit entertaining, and I'll also speak on function as far as flyability, because we do a little yawing action with it. And there was just a slight hiccup on there that I would like to mention, that I'm going to mention, because I don't sugarcoat anything. I tell you guys exactly how it is. That way you guys can know exactly what. This should get a little bit entertaining for you. I always love the chance to chase some quads when the opportunity is right. So what you'll notice is when I yaw, I was trying to finesse yaw. And what I mean by finesse yaw is just lightly touch the yaw. And you can see as I'm doing these yaws, it's actually a bit more extreme than what I'm pushing. And towards the end of the video, I'll demonstrate that 500%. We're going to go ahead and chase these guys on their quads. We are going to follow them for a considerable distance and pretty low too, to the point where we actually lose our transmission. And then we had to fight to get the transmission back, and we weren't that far, but I think it was that we were so low and we had a lot obstructing thing to keep in mind. If you have this thing up and kind of in line of sight as far as you can see it, increasing altitude as you are going further out, that's probably going to be your best way. If you are going to fly this with any proximity towards the ground and not up as high as you should be, you could bank that you're probably going to lose the signal a lot quicker than you would doing what I first did with that screen recording. The screen recording, I just took it out, I pitched forward, and as I was going forward, I was slowly increasing altitude just to make sure that the signal was basically a straight line with zero obstruction. This, however, we did not do that, and we were just kind of chasing these quads here. Again, entertainment. This should be very entertaining for you guys. And as I do yaw occasionally, which I don't think we're going to do too much more of that, but when I was yawing, it was pretty extreme. Like, I was trying to finesse it. I was trying to just lightly yaw that we had super clean footage, and the drone itself just wanted to turn more than I was actually allotting or actually pushing the controller to make it do so. Does that make this a terrible drone? No. What comes to mind, and especially the last clip that we're going to get into in a minute here, what comes to mind is either an update needs to be done on the controller. 2 updates were just done to this prior to the flight. It is the most updates. Whatever updates were available were done to this. This is the highest updated version of the Pro that we are running, but a controller calibration. There might be one in the app, and if there is, that's great. Maybe that'll correct the issue that I was having. So definitely check out this next clip, and you'll see a little bit more of that. You'll see a little bit of latency in the controls. That's my only downfall with it, and hopefully it can be corrected with a calibration, and if not now, in the future.
Right, guys, so what do I think? I absolutely love the range that it has. We did not take it to max range. When we were chasing the quads, we did lose range. And then now that I have it close to me, I'm going to go ahead and try to show you and hopefully not crash. I'm going to go left. Oh, there, it didn't do it. Just pay attention to the drone. We'll try to keep it like that. I'm going to go right. See, I just pressed right and it was non-responsive. Go forward and bam. Did you see, I didn't do that. I didn't try to headhunt myself. We'll go backwards. Just press backwards. It did nothing. It actually seems like it's taking on interference from something. I thought maybe it was the cell phone that's in my hand, not this one, just because maybe Bluetooth was on or something. During the entire flight, I did not experience that until I got back here. So I don't know if it's an issue with once this slightly disconnects, if you need to bring it back home and reset it. But that's the only thing that I can see. My entire flight was enjoyable. My entire flight, the only thing I noticed is with the yaw. Like when we were chasing those quads, I slightly yawed one way and it kind of jerk yawed. But other than that, I'm absolutely loving the drone. I love the way it looks. If you haven't subscribed, smash the subscribe button. Questions, comments, concerns, put it down below.